We are starting with the next point in the session, that is called as innovation and entrepreneurship. The topic is quite simple. Now we just have to link how innovation and entrepreneurship are interlinked. They are connected with each other. Now the we have some 3 to 4 points left from this unit, like the one which we are starting now, innovation and entrepreneurship, then role of consultancy organization, then difficulties and problems faced by the entrepreneurs in various departments like marketing, finance, and all. Then some of the external problems also which are being faced, and the entrepreneurial change and mobility of entrepreneurship. So maybe by tomorrow we'll finish with this unit and try to finish with this unit, and we'll start with the next unit from day after tomorrow. So innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, what do we mean by innovation? We have heard it many a times, but we'll try to now find the link between innovation and entrepreneurship. I hope my voice is reaching you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Innovation means introducing something new. So there is a difference between innovation and invention. Invention is when you come up with something new for the first time. Calculators were simply the result of invention. We never had something called as calculator or computer or the machines which we see, maybe the household machines which we have, mobile phones, smartphones for that matter. So these are all inventions. We never had something called as such machines earlier. But then innovation means you are introducing something new. This something new can be an idea or a product or a model or a service. Now, you may say that, ma'am, mobile phones were there. So, smartphone could be an extension of the mobile phones. That can be accepted. So, it can be an innovation because the concept of wireless communication was what was being introduced through mobile phones. Now, to offer something new, to augment the product, to offer something better to the customers, slowly and steadily, the mobile phones got replaced with what we saw right now. We have, such a slim phone, with lot of features, so we don't have to carry our camera whenever we want to take pics or we want to shoot something. If you have an iPhone, you can simply film also. You can create your film as well. So this is what is called as an innovation. So invention is different, innovation is different. Now, uh, hair salons were there or beauty parlors were there, but then there, as in when they got introduced for the first time, it was a kind of invention because we never thought that, no, I'm talking about, let's say, some 60, 70, or 50 years back scenario. It was not very common to go and sit in a parlor and get your hair cut like that. But now we are going next step, and then we are calling the people at our place and we are getting the services. So this would be an innovative way of providing service. So invention, innovation. So from service point of view, what Urban Company, earlier it was um, Urban Clap. So Urban Clap was the one who innovated this concept of services. So they thought that, the company people thought that, why not bring all such services under one roof? So you have pest control, you have such salon services and many other services also. AMCs can also be signed through Urban Clap or Urban Company only. So this is one way of becoming innovation in terms of offering your services. Model, um, now we have in washing machines also, we have this category of smart machines where you can simply connect with your, connect your washing machine with your mobile phone, and whatever complaints or any issues, basic level troubleshooting, if at all it is there, then that can be resolved with the help of your smartphone. So even models and products and services, this way you are augmenting, you are making it better, meaning you are innovating. On the other hand, making a great idea into a business opportunity is an entrepreneurship. Now, we have seen innovation. Now, what is this entrepreneurship? Making this great idea which is there to convert that idea into reality, to make that idea work into practicality, into converting it into business opportunity. It is called as entrepreneurship. Many people, or generally when these desktops were very common, 2010 or 2008, 2005 scenario I'm discussing, we usually, the households experienced the desktops at their places because of that generation who was studying. So it was slowly getting introduced to the Indian households. So when we were in the process of having desktops at our places, so many people had this business of hardware, and through them we used to do our annual maintenance contract, because some of the other thing used to happen. Now, if we had to buy this antivirus also, we never had such thing. जैसे कि अभी you can simply go online, you purchase that key and you get it installed and it is available easily. You can copy it from your friend's laptop, and simply because of many things, now this process of installing this antivirus on your machine is also very simple. But earlier it was not the case. You had to call a person who was dealing with such things, who was dealing with the parts replacement, hardware things replacement. So we used to have this contract signed with the person, annual maintenance contract. Now, slowly and steadily, these little things got taken care of with the help of cloud computing, and with the help of people or the businesses who are online. So this slowly and steadily, these issues got resolved, and now we don't find, first of all, we don't find desktops at our places. We all have now laptops. Earlier it was a costly affair, though it is now also to some extent, but then it is it provides us ease. These laptops provide us ease, very easy to carry, and usage has also increased. uh, Earlier it were the laptops were basically provided by, most of the times they were provided by the companies where you were working. But now it is a necessity, so we at least have one laptop at our places. So the point is, AMC was one, annual maintenance contract was one such thing. uh, Many people started with slowly, and so it was an idea in somebody's mind that why not we provide such service where we'll take care of the maintenance contract. So this idea was there, for example, in my mind, but I don't know how to implement it. I don't know how to have people with me so that they can do this maintenance thing with me. So if I don't convert, or if I'm unable to convert this innovative idea into reality, I won't be able to start, and this there won't be something called as entrepreneurship. So it is very necessary to convert that idea of business or a great idea into opportunity, and that is what is entrepreneurship all about. Innovation is important in entrepreneurship. In the highly competitive world that we live in today, innovative ideas are what will separate you from the rest. In order to create an outstanding product, strong brand, and to build your customer network, you need to innovate. Now, to innovate is key to success. In today's competitive world, you will find n number of service providers who are providing the same set of service. But then, if you want to stand out and you want to prove yourself that, see, I have got something different, if you want to attract your customers, then you have to have you have to offer something different than your competitors. Otherwise you will be one amongst the 100. If you have to grab the attention, that is why we see that now simply the Domino's and these Pizza Hut and all, why they come up with everyday advertisement? What is so special about Wednesday, or what is so special about Thursday or Friday? These are just normal days, they are not even the weekend days. It's not like Saturday, Sunday also where we are enjoying and we are freaking out with our friends. And so, what is so special about Wednesday? It is nothing special. It is just to augment. It is just to come up with something which maybe the X pizza company or Y pizza company is not offering. So to grab the attention, to have this positioning in the minds of the consumers that see every day we have something or the other to offer to our customers. So this is one way of presenting the innovation in front of the customers to stand alone from the competitors. If I have to differentiate myself, then then that differentiation would be through how effectively you communicate and how effectively you come up with ideas. So how an organization can show its innovation or its innovativeness? First, by creating an outstanding product. You create such a product that it itself stand out separately. Apple could be the example. Now, since it is there in the business for many years now, but they now very well know that what can be offered so that customers come to us. MI was one such company, emerging company. Now we had Xiaomi earlier, but then all of a sudden it just filled the market gap, the gap which was created by sudden exit of Nokia, who could not survive the change. Samsung entered, it entirely changed the scenario. It entirely changed the scenario of smartphones. So they had phones to be fitted in all the categories. But then slowly and steadily, even Samsung did the same kind of not mistakes, but then uh, they didn't understand the need of the hour. Now again, slowly and steadily, Samsung is picking up. N8, N70 and those models are there who are really doing well. But then Xiaomi or this MI, they understood that now it is the right time for us to enter the market. So the phones were available only online, those which range of phones MI के जो Note series आते हैं, those were available, used to be available only during that 1 hour time. I myself was waiting for one such Note 7 Pro or Note 8 Pro. I don't remember. It is like 2 years back thing I'm discussing. So we were like waiting for that launch of that model because they used to offer some discount or something, and it was like, oh, we could crack that and we could grab the phone during that stipulated period of time. Are you understanding? So this was, we can say, that innovative way of selling. And we are discussing Xiaomi as a company who understood that now we have to fill that gap which was created because of exit of Nokia. Samsung little bit lethargic, and there was no other player. LG and Asus and that other phones were there, but then their market was limited, their reach was limited, their models were limited. Xiaomi just presented itself. At the same time, they also launched their smart TV, smart watches. So the this durable consumer durable market or this mobile phone market was simply flooded with Xiaomi, and today we see that it is simply ruling the market. So one way of presenting your innovation in entrepreneurship, one way of presenting yourself differently is through creating an outstanding product. Just create such a product that no one else has thought of. Or strong brand. Xiaomi is a strong brand now. Third way is to build your customer network. So these are three ways. Now you are building your customer network. So again, if we continue with the example of Xiaomi, the phones were such Note phone which were being launched latest in the market were only available online. Now, some offline shops were there, but then they were not selling the updated, the latest phones. Maybe after 1 month or after 2 months, it used to come to the shops, to the retail outlets of Xiaomi. So, to build the customer network, what strategy Xiaomi implemented? They only made this thing available online. So those who want to purchase the latest one only have to log into the site at that particular time. MIK store se bhi ho jata tha, and then you had to wait and you have to wait and wait and wait. So the company tried to build the online network of customers, those who wanted the latest foods, and this way the method was quite uh, not innovative but then successful, because as I said, people wanted to have this feeling that I purchased it online. एक bluffing भी हो जाता था that I could do it. These are the strategies which we invented like that. So these are three ways a, an entrepreneur can come up or can show his innovation: by creating outstanding product, by creating strong brand, and building the network, customer network. So you need to innovate. If you want to stand differently, stand separately from your competitors, the only key to success in today's scenario is to innovate. The purpose of innovation is to continuously grow and renew an enterprise with new or better products, more efficient processes, or enhanced business models. So, now what is the purpose of innovation? Fine, that if I have to stand differently, I need to offer something else. So, what is the reason of it? The purpose of innovation is to continuously grow and renew an enterprise. Now, why I am doing? Because I want to grow. Otherwise, what will happen if you recollect the product life cycle? जो bell shaped curved होता है. If you don't introduce something at the maturity, जो straight line होती है. So, if you don't introduce anything at this maturity, then simply the curve goes down. So either you introduce a new product, or you create a new market, or you create new customer. You start catering to different set of customers. So that is nothing but basically you have to innovate. Fine. So what happens if I have to grow? If I have to be in the business, I have to come up with something. I have to offer something different to the customers. So either I can do it with new product or better product. I can come up, I can grow by either introducing a new product, or by coming up with a better product, or more efficient production process. I smoothline the process so that maybe I save on the resources which go into the manufacturing, or I make use of different machinery and I come up with superior product. So this is one way. Or enhanced business model. You make your business model little bit enhanced. अभी business model क्या होता है? One second. Business model is how you are presenting your organization. Suppose I deal, जैसे ये Kesari or Veena World, we have heard of these two companies. They are into, so they are service providers. So they are basically into tours and tourism business. So for them, the business model is what? One team is calling customers, जो कि हो सकता है मेरे, those who had opted for tours from my company. So I am calling them. I am telling them that we are now launching so and so tour. So this is the duration I introduce, and I tell them that if you want, you can contact us. You will get a good discount. Second set of calling would be to a completely new set of customers, cold calling जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं, and just informing them that if you want, if you have any tour requirements or such things, then you can contact us. This is one team which is doing in calling. Second team is uh, uh, क्या बोलते हैं, is discussing the things with walk-in customers. So those who come for the inquiry, those who personally visit the office and come and do the inquiry. So one team, relationship management team, is handling such walk-in customers. Third team is actually planning and executing the tours. And fourth team would be taking care of the infrastructure of the office. There would be fifth team of tour operators who are actually on the field, taking people, going out and tour kar rahe. So this is how the business model is. Then what is the business model of Yatra and Make My Trip? There is some difference. Now Yatra and Make My Trip also belong to the same industry, but then in their office there are very few people, or I don't think all the branches would be accepting the walk-in queries. All their business is online. So you visit the site, you find a tour, or you can give us a call, we customize for you, and you can then opt for it. So you understand the difference between the Kesari office or Veena World office and Make My Trip or Yatra office. So this could be one way of innovation. You simply manage your business over your computer. You don't have to buy any office or any staff. What you have to do, you have to build the network of people. So you can have tie-up with hotels, you can have tie-up with the tour companies, or you can have tie-up with the other service providers, the related ones, and you can simply run your business as per these norms. So this is one way of innovation. Guys, one second. Yeah. An entrepreneur is someone who is willing and able to transform an invention into an innovation. So it is now we have understood how can we present or how can we differentiate ourselves. How can we present ourselves differently from our competitors? What are the ways of implementing that innovation? All right. So who is an entrepreneur then in this whole scenario? Who is an entrepreneur then? An entrepreneur is someone who is willing and able to transform an invention into an innovation. So basically an entrepreneur is that link between invention and innovation. Somebody invented television. Somebody now innovated smart TVs. So this invention of TV and innovation of smart TV. So this uh, conversion of one thing into another and reaching or making that conversion available to the customers or available to the set of people who is involved here. It is that entrepreneur who is actually completing that triangle: invention, innovation, customers. So entrepreneur is always playing the role of connecting the lines from invention to innovation. It is the entrepreneur who could sense that here lies the opportunity, the business opportunity. So he went ahead and he converted that invention into reality. He started selling. Now, over a period of time, he understood that now I have to give something different. Otherwise, there are people who have already entered the market and who are equally doing well. So if I have to survive and sustain in the business, I have to now offer something else. So then he starts thinking how differently I can now come up with. So either I come up with a better version of the product, or by implementing more efficient process, so I make some changes in the product, or maybe I come up with a different model, business model, the one which we discussed just now. So he basically is trying to innovate now. So after that innovation, after he gets an idea, okay, now this could be the thing I can come up with. Again, through entrepreneur only, we as customers get that innovated product. So are you understanding the link between innovation and invention, and how we can have innovation implemented? Are you able to understand? Is the point clear? See, we have discussed innovation and role of entrepreneurship, role of innovation in our earlier sessions as well. But then this is very important, we can say, factor in entrepreneurship, because if you don't innovate, if you don't come up with better versions, it is very difficult for you to survive in the business. I hope the point is clear. Now, what is the role the consultancy organization plays in promoting entrepreneurship? So basically, consultancy organization is the one who has the consultants who are working for that organization, and these people actually provide their services. So they may provide their efficiencies to the clients as per their requirements. So if I am a consultant who is an architect, now being an architect, I don't have my firm, architectural firm, but I am into consultancy business. So what do I do? As per the requirements from my clients, I guide them. Now clients would be builders or the developers. So I guide them, I give them better options. I maybe if required, I correct their floor plan and their the structure and design, whatever it is. And if at all any necessary changes are to be done, I suggest them. I suggest those changes to builders or developers. So this is what my role as an architect in my consultancy organization. So what is this consultancy organization? What role this consultancy organization plays in promoting entrepreneurship? The main aim of the consultants are to help the enterprises through their various processes and systems. So basically, why consultants or why consultancy organizations are there? To help the enterprises through their various processes. So it is like opting for service. Now, why I opt for service? Because I lack in some areas. I'm not well. That is why I opt for doctor's services. I'm poor in accountancy. My statistics is not good. I don't understand the normal distribution and Poisson's distribution like that. So what do? I opt for tuitions. So tuition doctor services are also a kind of consultancy. They are sharing their knowledge with the needy people. They are sharing their knowledge with the one who require help. So the aim of consultant is to help the enterprises through their various processes and systems. So I have to help as a consultant. I have to help the enterprises through their various processes and systems, and also I have to guide them through proper directions. If at all I am, following some wrong methods of production, or I am not following the correct method, then as a consultant's job, I have to also correct or rectify their mistakes. I have to guide them through proper direction. The consultants help in facilitating the business of entrepreneurs with assisting them through evaluating the marketing scenario and looking for better opportunities. So what do consultants do? They help in facilitating the business of entrepreneurs. So they are actually helping the entrepreneurs. How? By assisting them through evaluating the marketing scenario and looking for better opportunities. So when I say marketing scenario, meaning I have to market my product, so I have to offer a quality product. So I have to streamline my production. I have to streamline my sales. I also have to streamline the kind of labors which I am employing to do. So when I say marketing, evaluating the marketing scenario, meaning I am evaluating the overall business. The consultants are also helping me in looking for better opportunities. They have the consultants know the market very well. They can sense the prospective business opportunities. So even that comes under purview of consultants, that along with correcting where I'm going wrong, consultant's job is to look for some opportunities for me as well. The consultant's primary role is to assist the organization with certain areas of inclusiveness work. So basically, their first and foremost, we have taken the help of consultant is to assist the organization with certain areas of inclusiveness work. They have to include some additional, and they have to do some additions in certain areas of the work. While the consultants may act as an educator, a catalyst for deeper change, a resource, or a facilitator, the leadership of the process remains within the organization. So now the second point is discussing actually what role or what responsibility the consultant has. Consultant may act as an educator. Who is an educator? Who is educating the others. Now educating the others matlab he is sharing his knowledge. He is sharing his expertise in that particular area where we are lacking. As I said, uh, suppose the consultant architectural firm may the person is acting as a consultant, so he is actually giving us some insights on the latest technology which is used to prepare the uh, prototype, क्या बोलते हैं उसको जो blue the rough sketch of the building. So he may suggest us the newer methods. जैसे कि suppose I'm using a particular software, so you can use that and you do your building prototype with the help of that software. He acts as a catalyst for deeper change. Any change in the working which is required, same in the architectural firm, any change in working if it is required, so he acts as a catalyst. He initiates, but then he is not part of it because he doesn't belong to that organization. He is just an outsider whose services we are seeking. Resource or a facilitator. The leadership of the process remains within the organization. Now, though he is actually trying to change the organization, he is trying to initiate some kind of good practices in the organization, but still the leadership of the process remains within the organization for the simple reason that he is an outsider. Though he is a consultant who is helping us out, but he is an outsider. So the decision making or the leadership sorry, leadership or the decision making power still remains within the organization. There are generally four categories of work for which you may want to hire the services of consultant or consulting team. So this point is telling us when we can opt for consultancy services. When you want to have overall guidance, second would be gathering information. Third, cultural or diversity, competency, and evaluation. Overall guidance. The consultant works with the inclusiveness and acts as meeting or process facilitator. So he is just there to share his knowledge and expertise. So he is acting as facilitator. No, he is just giving his suggestions out of his experience. He is giving his suggestions that these are all the places where you need to have some kind of change. So this is like overall guidance. Then information gathering. The consultant designs and gathers data during the information gathering phase. They can be particularly useful in collecting qualitative data through interviews and focus groups. So if at all any information is needed to gather, he gathers it, the consultant gathers it when he is informally discussing the things with others. And this information can be gathered or collected with the help of interviews and focus groups, and that information can be shared to the concerned person by the consultant. So he is guiding, he is gathering the relevant information also for the organization by way of conducting interviews or focus groups. Third role which he plays here is as cultural competency or diversity training. The consultant conducts diversity or inclusiveness training to create a more inclusive culture and help stakeholders become more aware of how the organization may be creating an unwelcome atmosphere for diverse community. So basically here he is working on the human resource area. How? He is conducting the training for the people who are working in the organization. Now, through this training or while interacting with the people, he understands that any, we can say, the unwelcome practices, or let's say the practices which are not good for the progress of the organization. If such practices are being followed, then he corrects them. So through training, he understands the requirements and where the people are going wrong. So such feedback he is also giving to the higher authorities. So he is also conducting the training and he is also working on the human resource part of the organization. Evaluation. Consultant creates an evaluation plan to measure the efficacy of training and progress of your inclusiveness initiative. So he also has some evaluation plan to measure the efficacy of the training, the effectiveness of the training, and when you are opting for his services, the progress of your organization as well. So he is also evaluating what is the impact of training or what is the impact of such services. When he was not there, how the organization was. When organization appointed a consultant and when consultant started giving suggestions, how now the organization is. So this evaluation part is also being done or conducted by the consultant. So four, uh, we can say, roles he is playing here, or we can say categories of work he is doing here. So he is overall guiding, he is gathering the relevant information by talking to the people, interviewing them, and by with the way of focus interviews. He is also trying to improve on the culture of the organization, and he is also evaluating to measure the efficacy of the training. Now, these are some of the problems and difficulties an entrepreneur faces. So these problems and difficulties we all are aware of. The way these are very general in nature, but we'll still go through it because sometimes it happens that we may get blank. Oh, in HR, what difficulties an entrepreneur would face, or in terms of research, what difficulties an entrepreneur would face. So marketing, finance, HR, production, and research. What all difficulties he is facing? Now, starting with marketing. In marketing the product, these units, the entrepreneurial ventures, they may have to face competition from simply from the other players, obviously, and also from large industries. So there, the competitors could be uh, like similarly like you. जैसे beginning में भी all are small, कोई भी एकदम बड़ी organization कोई start नहीं करेगा, at least we are discussing that. So when you are beginning your venture and when you are marketing your products, you are facing competition from the companies. Now, those companies can be like small companies like you, or there could be giants, there could be the established firms as well, from whom you may face competition. You may face difficulties while marketing your products. Now, why this is so? Because the small units, they don't have their own marketing department, or they are, they lack in marketing expertise. ऐसा हो सकता है that being an entrepreneur, I just focused on the manufacturing. So manufacturing is different, marketing is different, and managing finance is again different. So I, as an let's say engineer, I was very good in terms of correcting the manufacturing processes. I ensured that nothing went wrong while manufacturing the product. But then now the product is in front of me. I don't know how to approach the market, how to approach the companies. So I may lack that. Now, what could be the another reason that the small organizations or these small ventures, entrepreneurial ventures, either they may not have the expertise in marketing, or they may not even have a separate department who is dedicated for marketing. Now, इससे क्या हो रहा है? They do not have, so in turn, they do not have the resources and expertise to market their products effectively. They do not have the expertise, they do not have the expert people, the experienced one who have done this job earlier. Being a new enterprise, they may not have done that, so they may lack because of these reasons. Further, what difficulties more could take place? Their products are often not standardized and of variable quality. Now this problem could be during the initial phase, that their products are not standardized and there could be variable quality. The quality is good, but then it may vary because it's a new organization and they may not have the expertise, they might not have standardized the processes. So because of this non-standardization of the processes, you are getting some variation in terms of quality. Therefore, they suffer from the, let's say some kind of disadvantage from the established ones. I may not have the set standard in terms of maintaining the quality. I may not have the expertise to deal with marketing of the products. So overall, these are the problems and again some of the difficulties an entrepreneur may face while marketing his product. एक तो new organization है, you may not have a dedicated department, marketing department, and if at all you have, you may not have the experienced one. The organizations or the ventures who are already there, if they are small, from them also you are facing competition because you are a new entrant. So you may face competition from small, medium, large, very large players, etc. So these are some issues, difficulties related to the marketing. Finance related difficulties क्या हो सकते हैं? What could be the difficulties? First, inadequate finance. Inadequate finance is a major problem. New organization, everywhere you have to spend. So an entrepreneur may face entrepreneur may have inadequate finance in the beginning because all the expenses he is incurring from his own pockets. If he has, though he has borrowed the money for the for the production or for to start up the business, but then that money is limited one. Unless and until he sells something, he cannot generate money and put that money into circulation. So that inadequacy of the finance in the beginning is definitely a major problem. Now, why again this problem happens? Either the entrepreneurial venture can be a proprietary one, I myself started, or I have one or two partners. So it could be a partnership one who jahan pe these partners they take out money from their pockets and then they start. So though the risk is divided, but then there could be a chance or a case that the finance could be inadequate, either because of partnership or because of sole proprietorship, and you are new in the business. All right. Usually it happens that this initial investment for entrepreneurial venture usually comes from the friends or family members or relatives. So basically these are all non-banking sources, because to get financial assistance in the beginning for an entrepreneur, it is little difficult. You need to have proper क्या बोलते हैं, thorough working of all the factors. Your business plan or your project report should be strong enough who will sanction or approve your loan requirements. So if at all any things are missing, you may not get that funding available from banks or financial institutions. So in this case, usually then friends or family members or relatives come into the picture, and then they give away the money and you start with the venture. So this could be one difficulty, that whatever investments, the shorter investments which are happening or which you are generating because of these people, you are always short of money, always running out of money. And this, as I said, the bank and the institutional agencies are quite reluctant in giving the money in the beginning, for the simple reason that though you are very good in terms of presenting your business idea, but if you don't produce and if you simply run away, being a new enterprise, I don't have that much of assurance or confidence on you. So I, as a person from the bank, am not that comfortable approving the लोन दी जितने अमाउंट का लोन सैंक्शन हुआ है उतने अमाउंट का, या फिर आई एम लिटिल रिलक्टेंट टुवर्ड्स डिसबर्समेंट ऑफ द मनी. ठीक है, थोड़ा शुरू करो, देन वी विल सी. आई ट्राई टू मेक माई सेल्फ सिक्योर. So what do I do as a bank or as a financial institution? I'm little reluctant towards giving away the money. So because of all these things, the money shortage I always face, and that is the biggest difficulty or problem the entrepreneur has to face. HR. Being a new firm, you are unable to find the correct personnel, the correct people who are working for you. Now, reason could be that new enterprise may not fulfill their salary conditions. ये तो एक होगा. From people or the employee point of view, it may happen that working for a newly formed organization, working for them could be a little risk taking for me, because I don't know the company will survive or not. If the company will not survive, and if it is it will be closed down after 2 years or 1.5 year like that, then again I have to find something for me. So the people mentality is also that they are little reluctant towards working for startup or working for such entrepreneurial venture. Safe would be where the processes and things are set, जैसे कि थोड़े established organization में होता है. Moreover, salary is also something which I may not get as I demand. It may not happen. We don't know. It may happen or it may not happen. नहीं के बारे में बात ज्यादा करेंगे, because we are discussing the problem. So if I as a person, I as an employee am not getting the salary which I am requesting for in the newly set up organization, then I may not like to work for such organization. So from getting the right kind of people to work for is also a kind of difficulty or problem an entrepreneur faces. In terms of production, now what difficulties can be faced in terms of production? Now, mostly these entrepreneurial units, the ventures, they are using a little bit of outdated and we can say obsolete technology, the old machinery and equipment. Now, old या obsolete क्यों बोलेंगे? Because up to date technology calls for money. It requires huge investments in machinery and such technology. Now, in the beginning, it is difficult for me to put money into such things. So, what do? I try to save on the cost. So, in the effort of saving on the cost, I go for some older versions of the machines or the not the updated technology, because then only it becomes cost effective. Now, these older versions or obsolete machines definitely hamper my production because they are not currently being used. So, it will definitely affect my production. Household example, if we have to take um, the क्या बोलते हैं, if the mixer is 10 years old or 15 years old, chances are there that it may not work as efficiently as the one with the latest technology. There would be some problems, definitely, because the technology and the machinery is obsolete or is not up to the mark. अभी की यूज होने वाली नहीं है. As I said, adoption of latest technology can ensure good quality and high productivity, but then due to limited capital, it is very difficult to modernize the plant and machinery because I'm always running out of cash. So from this point, that lesser we can say cash flow availability, I may not be able to have the updated technology or updated production processes. So this may hamper my quality or may affect my business. So even here also I may face difficulty and problems as an entrepreneur. Research, again, when we say research, you have to have the latest equipments, you have to have the updated personnel, and you also need to have the money to carry out these activities. Research requires lot of monetary investments and in investments in other parts as well. So overall, conducting research is a costlier affair. And as I said in the beginning, when I'm running out of cash or when I'm having less financial resources or less finance availability, I may not be able to manage this research area as well. So these are some of the difficulties and challenges the entrepreneur may face when he is beginning his venture. We are stopping today here. We'll continue with our the remaining part in the next session. In case you have difficulty, let me know. You have your examination today at 11 o'clock. Without fail, attempt. Don't forget to attempt today's examination. There would not be second choice or second attempt allotted to you. So ensure that you attempt. In case you have any difficulty or problem logging in, immediately contact me or Anand sir. You can contact Anand sir as well. All right. So all the best for your examination. Do your study. Just go through the material which is there on the website, study material, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye bye. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome. Bye bye.